There's a lot of noise about the best client acquisition strategy for coaches and consultants. Is it organic? Is it DMs? Is it cold outreach? Is it referrals? Or is it paid advertising? Everyone swears by their channel. Of course, there's no one-size-fits-all answer to this question, but majority of the time what we do for our clients is advertising funnels. But in this video, I'm gonna break down every stage of running a coaching and consulting business and what to do in each stage. I am not gonna directly pitch advertising to you because I need you to be at a certain revenue point for me to be able to run advertising funnels for you. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Batu. I'm the founder at Advergent. We build premium acquisition systems for coaches, consultants, B2B businesses, B2B SaaS businesses, and any kind of a high-ticket offer that you can imagine that exists in the market. Today, I'm gonna break down the levels of the coaching business growth, which level should be focusing on which channel in order to sell your packages and your offers. One frame I need to establish before we dive in is that we measure the revenue on cash collected, not recurring revenue. The coaching businesses and consulting businesses usually get measured by day one revenue. Especially if you're in the coaching space, you rarely depend on the recurring revenue, on the backend revenue that is going to come to you. And that difference is going to be running through for the entire video. So without further ado, let's dive in. Level one is from 0 to your first client, typically at around like 10K a month. And in this stage, all you need to focus on is three things: your offer, your outreach, and your sales. There's no hiring, there's no funnel stack, there's no team, it's just you. Your offer is basically your product development, the promise, the transformation, the curriculum, the delivery format. And every time you push the latest version of it with your outreach and you refine the entire program with every sales call. In our experience, the only thing you need to focus on for this kind of a level is direct outreach. And the channel split depends on what kind of a coach you are. If you are a B2B consultant or coach, probably LinkedIn content and outreach is going to be the best lane that you could pick up alongside cold email, X and Twitter DMs. But if you're a B2C coach, for example, life coach, fitness, relationship, etc., probably IG organic content, Facebook DMs, Instagram DMs, and hiring an appointment setter when the volume justifies is going to be the best lane you can pick up. Obviously, if you're a sales coach or anything like that, or if your audience actually hangs out on Instagram, you don't have to stick to LinkedIn only. You can definitely expand to other channels as well. But for you in this stage, the rule of thumb should be, where can I find the highest net worth individual or the decision maker to pitch my coaching and consulting offer and make my first buck out of this business as fast as possible? And the reason we are not running ads for this stage is because of a few reasons. One of them being your sales is not validated yet. You cannot run ads for an offer that hasn't validated itself that it is actually selling. If you haven't made your first sale, you cannot put an advertising budget on an offer that you don't know whether or not it has an offer market fit yet. So in order to run ads, you need to have a validated offer first, and then also case studies so that you have the chance to build trust to cold traffic. And the exit criteria for level one is having 3 to 5 documented client results, a close rate you can state out loud, also being ready to delegate your sales process to other closers as well, and one channel producing calls weekly so that you can actually have a fuel for your advertising budget. Obviously, if you have a lot of competitors selling the identical program and if you have the funds to put into ads, you can definitely run ads, but it is not really what we recommend, at least until you have some case studies, have a proof of concept in your messaging, and also having the confidence in your sales process that you can close people in the shortest span possible. And you need to be honest about your organic clock as well. The organic sales cycle is typically 90 to 120 days. The buyers consume your content for like 3 to 4 months before they buy from you. But obviously you can shorten this span by doing direct outreach and custom outreach to your dream buyers, and you can speed up the process a little bit. But in order to get this organic channel amplified and have a predictable lead flow into your business, you definitely need at least 120 days. For you, if the goal is to hit 10K a month, this process and this time span is absolutely reasonable. But when you want to scale beyond 10K a month, when you want to scale to 100K a month, to 150K a month, obviously this time span is not really reasonable for you because you want to scale fast and you want to scale predictably. For example, an education business that we have worked with in the past, their sales team heard the same sentence over and over again, which is, I've actually watched a lot of videos from your founder before I booked a call with you. This is the sales cycle nature of level one. And the reason advertising amplifies your sales process is exactly because of that, because we're able to compress that into 7 days, 10 days, from 90 to 120 days, so that you can have your revenue hit your bank account a lot faster and a lot more predictably. Now, level 2 is from 10K to 100K a month, and this is what I call the danger valley, because if you don't take the right actions, you will probably float at around like 20, 30, 40K a month, and you're not going to be able to scale past 50K or 100K a month. The biggest advantage you have at this stage is that now you have proof of concept and you have a validated offer that you know you can scale with different type of funnels such as cold funnel, webinar funnel, challenge funnel, and so on and so forth. What you need to do here at this stage is double down on what's working and multiply the efforts. For example, whatever outreach channel has closed your first client, let's say if it was DMs, scale the DMs, hire an appointment setter and improve the volume a little bit more. And let's say if it was cold email for B2B, improve the volume in your cold email as well. What this is going to help you is to go from 10K to 20K, 30K, 40K a month, which is the sweet spot to be able to run ads for your business, because you're going to have the budget then in comparison to having a 10K a month revenue. And at the same time, while you're improving the volume in your outreach channel, what you need to do is get your fulfillment, operations, and your backend value ladder aligned so well to prepare yourself for the next level. Because when you have these pillars nailed down, you're gonna feel a lot more confident in growing into another channel to scale your business a little bit more. And also, if you have the backend value ladder, you're gonna have the leverage to make more money out of your existing students without having to do direct outreach or running ads, and create yourself a budget for more effective growth. So 4 interconnected pillars to avoid the danger valley, which is acquisition, 10x your current efforts, the client results. You need to retain your coaching students. You need to have renewals, referrals, and testimonials from them, and also ascending your existing clients and students to a higher level of a service once they actually see success from your program, and also nailing down the operation so that you can have a delivery at 5x volume, such as group structure, curriculum, and coach hiring. And this is the stage where we typically recommend running ads, because what you want to do is replicating the organic sales process with paid advertising. Whatever already converts is what goes into paid advertising first, because that dictates a proof of concept. And if something goes viral, for example, in your Instagram account, very high chance that we're going to be able to see a really good performance from that in the advertising side as well. And once you hit 20K, 30K, 40K a month, ads are the most logical way to scale your business, because first, ads are fast, they are scalable, and it's the best channel for nurturing and educating cold audiences and turning them into warm and hot leads. You can absolutely keep running your original acquisition channel, which brought you to this level. They're just going to amplify your advertising results. But the main channel to focus on, especially after you hit 20K, 30K a month, is advertising, because that's the fastest route to 100K a month. And also it is far more streamlined once you find your messaging that works on social media. And the reason being, DMs and cold email and organic outreach, this is like a lot of back and forth communication with the leads. You send them an email or a message, they send you a positive response, and then you actually need to send them another message back. But with paid advertising, it's linear. They see the ad, they get interested, they opt in for the funnel, they watch the VSL, or they sign up for the webinar, and then you do the selling and they sign the contract. It's pretty linear. It is not back and forth communication that lasts like for weeks. And a real life example is that one education business that we have worked with went from 59K to 200K plus year over year once they enabled meta advertising onto their cold process and their webinar funnels that already closed organically. And their advertising budget is around like 45 to 50K a month in ad spend, with almost 2.5x ROAS, which is pretty profitable in the back end, because we have a lot of value ladders that we ascend people without spending a dime on advertising as well. And the typical cold funnel that we do at List Level for a coaching and consulting business is a high ticket cold funnel. Typically they see the ad and then they go into the VSL page. The video sales letter is the exact reflection of the entire landing page in text format. And inside the landing page, once they click on the book your call, they get redirected to an application form, which is a qualification process, multi-step qualification process for us. And once they actually pass the qualification process, they are able to book in a call with you. And after that, there's a justification mode, which is the confirmation page. Here, there are like 8 breakout videos with like 1, 2, 3 minutes each. And these videos cover the frequently asked questions plus the investment options so that everything is transparent before they jump on a call. Obviously, you don't have to reveal your pricing over here, but you need to be as transparent as possible, because bear in mind, these people are going to be cold people that do not trust you yet. So you need to build that trust by being transparent, stacking your proofs, and making your offer no-brainer. And as soon as they book in a call with you, their pre-call sequence also gets activated. This is like 14-step email plus SMS flows typically, but we sometimes go down, we sometimes go up with this 14 step. We also do retargeting with like 30 short form and a few long form content, just to create the 15 to 20x frequency that they can see. and hammering them with a lot of content and making it content propaganda to warm them up until the sales call. This is also great to reduce the education gap as well. And also we have a setters in place that manually DM them, call them to make sure that they're going to show up and they are ready to have the sales conversation with you, providing them with the helpful resources that is going to help them to make their decisions faster. And after that, the sales call happens and then you do pitch your offer, or your sales team pitches your offer depending on your volume. Then the backend takes over. And the illusion that you need to avoid here is that the consumption happens on the front end. It is not like that. The sale is made between the booking over here and the call, okay? This part is extremely important. You could have the best ad creatives running in your ad account. You could have the best sales page. But if this part is not good, and if you're not controlling the narrative for your sales process, you're gonna lose your students, you're gonna lose your leads to your competitors. We also implement a webinar funnel in order to go past 100K a month as well. I have a specific video dedicated exactly to this webinar funnel, so I'm not gonna go really much in detail in this video. You can click on the card above to watch that video. But if you want to compare the cold funnel versus the webinar, you shouldn't, because they work in collaboration. But the only thing you need to know is you should be running your webinar when the pitch already closes on one-on-one calls. You need to run your webinar funnel after you establish your cold funnel, because if your cold funnel doesn't work, your webinar funnel is going to break as well, because the webinar funnels that we build do not sell inside the webinar. They sell the one-on-one meeting with the qualified buyers. So if you do not have your cold funnel in place, your webinar funnel is not going to work at all. Also, you should be running your webinars when call volume outgrows your calendar. You need to hire more salespeople. And typically webinar funnels do not generate profit in the first go, perhaps in the second one or the third one. And if you are afraid of these break-even or money losing kind of an incident, you should probably stick to cold funnel and avoid webinar funnels completely, which I do not really recommend, especially if you want to scale to multi-six figures a month. And the fact that I mentioned over here that the sale is made between the booking and the call is actually proven here. The way we are actually compressing these sales cycles from 90 days to 72 hours, which I have another video on this channel that you can watch as well, but I'm gonna briefly touch on that, is the actions that we take between the booking action and the sales calls. Now, this part that I mentioned between the booking and the call itself is typically 72 hours. Sometimes it extends to up to 10 days as well, but we do not really recommend to give people the opportunity to book in a call with you in like 10 days time, because what you're trying to accomplish over here is that we're trying to build that trust that organic builds in 3 to 4 months in 72 hours. And here the concept of F1 density comes in, because duration never converts anyone. You do not need 90 to 120 days to convert anyone. You can convert someone in 1 day as well, as long as you have the right systems in place. What matters usually is the density of aha moments. And typically in a funnel like a cold funnel or a webinar funnel, every touch point is basically an aha moment. And if you skip one, you basically cut it off. And what these backend systems and aha moments add to a show up rate is basically, if you're building an average system, which is like, any of the 4 systems that we build in the backend between the booking and the call itself, it typically lives around like 17%. But if you have the confirmation page, alone, it typically lifts the show up rate by like 30%, 32%. And if you have all 4 of them, and this is the best case scenario that you can actually implement for your business, you will probably have like up to 39%, which for one of our clients, it actually made $178,000 in difference. And if you also have deal receipts in your reminders, in your emails, in your SMS, and in your content propaganda as well, you will probably have above 75% show rate, which is gonna positively impact your revenue as well. Now, the third level is from 100K to 1 million a month, which is the backend ladder. And in order to belong to this level, you should be consistent. I'm not talking about 1 month that you have done extraordinarily well, but let's say 6 months that you have consistently hit 100K a month, 200K a month, and so on and so forth. And this pyramid dictates the 1 million a month business for you. And each level of the ladder, for example, the core program between 3 to 10K, it is day 1 cash, and every client enters here. Every student you're going to be signing for your coaching program, or every lead, every business that you're going to be signing for your consulting program is going to enter between these price points. Do not go down. You can go higher than 10K if you have the sales ability to do so, but do not go down. Do not go below 3K. And the tier 2 is basically your first backend offer between like 5K to 10K again. Even if 200 of 1,000 buyers buy it from you, you're going to be having your incrementality towards $1 million a month. And the tier 3 is the biggest backend offer that you can run. It's basically an inner circle, typically a done for you offer in a premium manner. And even 50,000 buyers actually buy this from you. This alone is $500,000 a year. And run the math yourself, like 200 times 5K is $1 million. And then if you have 50 people paying you at least 10K, that's another 500,000 a year. And you can create continuity programs after 90 days of the engagements. This could be a SaaS subscription, this could be something else. This could be some other value that you can provide to your students. And a level 4 is basically $1 million plus. Here you have more offers per tier plus new segments. You can adapt your marketing strategy based on that. And for anyone who cannot really ascend, you can do descent ladders as well. For example, if someone cannot really afford a 10 to 20K a month high touch service, you could create a 5K a month service for them that is a little bit more fractional. The idea here is to capitalize more on each student in any way that we can. Because at the end of the day, your CAC tolerance is dictated by the backend revenue that you can generate from your existing clients. If you can only sell once to your clients, your ad spend is gonna make less sense to you. But if you're able to sell a lot of backend offers in the backend for someone that you have acquired for once, your CAC is gonna seem like nothing and your ROAS is gonna go through the roof, which is gonna make advertising a lot more scalable for you. And by its nature, you're gonna have a much healthier business at its core. So this is the entire system we implement, and those are the levels that we recommend people to actually identify themselves as and take the right actions to do. What you need to do right now is identify your level and take the right actions based on that. And if you are at the level of being able to run ads, and if you'd like to have our team to implement this entire system that I've shown you, there's a link down in the description below that you can click. There's an application form, you can fill it out. And once you fill it out, you'll have the chance to book in a call with me and have a sales conversation on how we can implement this for your offer. So that's it for this video. If you liked it, make sure to press the like button. For any questions, leave them in the comment section. I'll try to answer, even try to make a video for them. And if you want to keep these kind of videos coming from me, make sure to subscribe to my channel so that you can be notified when I post another video on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around.